Are all the securities set up for the schools, as far as checking in only through one door and all that? Is that all done, all of them? Or?
That is all done. Yep, that's all done and taken care of. What we haven't done yet is we just purchased a new, it's going to be a visitor management system, and this is going to be different for people that come into our schools. Right now, we're kind of still working in the Stone Age where you come in and you sign in on a piece of paper, and then when you leave, you sign the time that you're out. And the reason we do that is for security reasons and safety. If we do have a lockdown, or if we do in the event have to have police come in, they know who's in the building. What we're going to do now, and what we've made a decision with our bond dollars, is that we wanted to improve the safety and security of our schools. So we are going with the visitor management system. So when people come into our school that are not employees, they'll need to have a form of identification, whether it's their driver's license or some other form that we can manually enter. And what it does, you put it into a scanner, it scans your ID, and it does go on and check a national sex offender database. So if we have anybody that is on that database and shouldn't be around students, it shows up on our screen right away in our security office that they shouldn't be in the school, and then we can take appropriate action, whether it's have the police come in or the principal come in or whatever it is, but we won't allow them into the classrooms. Doesn't check anything else. We're a little bit nervous that people might think we're digging into everything. It doesn't check anything, whether it's misdemeanors or felonies or anything like that. It's only the sex offender database that we will be checking, because we want to make sure that our kids are safe.
And that starts when?
We have it. I have it installed in my office right now. We've been testing it just to make sure we know how to run it. And then what we are going to do is within the next 2 weeks, we're going to start going around to the individual schools, loading it on the security computer, getting it set up, getting those people trained, and then once they're trained, then we'll start having them use it. So within the next 2 weeks, I would say visitors coming into all of our schools will see a change in how we're doing that. And the great thing about this is that if we need to print a report, let's say we do have a lockdown, and the police are in and say, who's in your building right now? We can just hit one button, print, and it'll print a report, and it'll show everybody that is in our building right now, hand it to the police officers, and they now have instant access to who's all in there. Instead of looking at handwriting, you can't read their names. But these new visitor management systems, when you do scan your license, what it'll do is it has a little tiny mini printer, and it'll print out a visitor badge with the picture that's on your license and put it right on your coat. So then we can tell that you have checked in. So, bottom line is we want to make sure our staff and our students are safe at all times, and this is just one more way of assuring that.
10 years ago, people go, "Oh, what's going on?" But
exactly.
I don't think they say that now.
They don't.
It's sad, but if you don't have a driver's license, what else? What could I bring if I didn't have a driver's
any kind of state identification? And then what we can also do is that we can get if they give us their name, we're gonna more than likely most people have a driver's license or a state ID. We can also enter it in. So if you're not on the sex offender database, we have the ability. There might be a custody issue where mom or dad is not supposed to be near their son or daughter. When we get those from the courts, which we do all the time. When I was a principal, I'd get court orders saying, Lauren can't be here during this time, seeing so and so, and we can manually enter that in as well. So if they show up and their name pops up that way, we can take care of that as well, instead of just hoping that we remember that they can't have a.
There's so many